A great Friday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas, and decided to start at 9:15 this morning because we had a last minute invite to breakfast. Breakfast went to Jolie Petit, Jolie Petit, and well, you got invited. Una prima had made reservations since I think Wednesday, uh, and so I said, yeah. She sent me a reminder this morning. He goes 8:30. I'm going like, well, yeah, I already had it on my schedule. I'm not the one that cancels at the last moment. Well, I only did that one time, and I did that with my sisters. But I tend to be very good in regards to keeping the appointments that are set. If you and I are going to meet someplace at a certain hour, I do my best to be there. So we got there at 8:30 this morning. The place is still great. Ran into a couple of friends there, and just a great little place. I think that they're starting to lose. Good morning. Good morning. They're starting to lose the somos el lugar nuevo del área, and by that I mean they are. El office phone mobile lo tienes? Para, I have the thing here. I have to charge it. Um, they're starting to lose the. Oh, we can't the nuance of have being the new business. If you're paying, I'm there. Yeah, we actually got invited for breakfast, so we didn't have to pay for breakfast. So yeah, we gotta go. Had to go. Um, Good morning. Good morning. They're losing the lo es un negocio nuevo. So at first it was jam packed, and remember one time we went in and they said, "Do you have a reservation?" I said, "No," and they said, "Well, we're booked." And we're like, "Well, yeah, but you got to open up a table. You got space in the back and stuff." I said, "Why are you going to shush people away?" That's a very, very good way of losing people coming into your establishment. So, and I made mention of that to the owners. I said, uh, it's kind of hard to get in touch with y'all to make a reservation because let's say this morning you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You say, you know what, I want to go have breakfast at such and such place, and then all of a sudden they don't have reservations. Well, it's kind of a turnoff. And right now, there's so many other niche places opening up in the city of Brownsville that you really have a choice as to where you want to go have breakfast if that's the type of breakfast that you want to have. I cannot do Brownsville Coffee Shop anymore because the service got so bad and the food quality was inconsistent. I could not do that anymore. I sometimes go to Las Casuelitas Tres, which is here right next to the bus station. And that one, great stuff. They're very consistent, mostly very consistent with their food. Plus, the service is just amazing. So I do that regularly when I don't get invited to Petit Jolie, Jolie Petit, Jolie Petit. I'm actually kind of curious where they got the name Jolie Petit, Petit, Jolie Petit. It's interesting. Pero nunca vas a amigas. El problema es que amigas queda uh, outside the route of me coming back to my office. So I come down the expressway. I sometimes stop, go to Roosters, which is right there, is on the way. Or I had brunch the other day at Alcurnia. They started to do brunch. I don't know if they're doing brunch anymore. There was not a lot of people out there. So or coffee Brownsville coffee shop I'd go because Papa was there and it's just a little bit off the ways of International Bridge. Casolitas is here, Peticho Lee's here. I'm probably going to do next week. I'm probably going to do Terras whenever I get back from Cancun. But I plan to do Terras. I plan to, thank you, Judge Cascos. Plan to do Terras and to see, just to try it out. But it's got to be Hector in that route. Unless again, unless you tell me, hey, vente, te voy a invitar a comer, and then I'm there. If you're paying, I'm there. Good morning. Good morning. John da Janie. Good to see you, Jane. Good morning. Good morning, my man. Pero nunca vas amigas. Yeah, that's right. Buenos dias, cheese. Good morning, Royal. Thank you. Good morning. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that. This is kind of a very, very different type of election. It's kind of strange because I've been getting messages from a lot of the individuals that usually are not Erasmo Castro supporters and said, Erasmo, we voted for you. And that says a lot because these individuals, a lot of the individuals that are contacting me are individuals that uh, people ask them which way to vote. And I know this because a lot of people contact me and said, "That's well, well, what way are we turning?" And I say, well, this candidate, this candidate, this candidate, this candidate. So I think the same thing happens with a lot of the individuals that have been contacting me. They carry some weight in regards to the political spectrum here. So we'll see what happens. It's an interesting race, guys. The first. It's the inaugural race throughout the whole state of Texas. It is the first generation of individuals that are elected to serve the community on the appraisal boards, and again, it's a very very important position. It's a very very important race this time around for many reasons, but more importantly because I think a lot of us believe that the appraised value of a property have run amok to the point where it's very difficult to challenge them. And they've always had the appeal process. One of the things that I made mention throughout one of the forums that we had is that, look, guys, I'm out there filing appeals all the time for individuals. And I've offered to file appeals for anyone that wants to come in. I did hundreds of appeals for individuals, and I invited them to come to my office, bring their documentation, bring their paperwork, and we'll file the appeal. And I just I think it's important. A lot of individuals, when they went to the appeal, they felt belittled. They felt like the whole system was being rigged against them. And I think one of the things that we've been able to show, especially now, thanks to some friends that have been doing a lot of research, one of the things that we've been able to prove now is that uh, the appraised value of property differentiates by the degrees of closeness that you have to a lot of these elected officials. I think we were able to find several properties that belong to uh, county commissioners, individuals in that little clique, little group, whose appraised value did not go up. And I hope that individuals who go and fight the increase, because a lot of the cases it was like 300% increase in regards to appraised value of property. I hope that individuals that are filing their appeal use the material that we've provided to them on my page in order to show that it is not equitable, it is not equal. Their appraised value is very much different from my appraised value. So I'm hoping that happens. Again, I'm excited about this race. I think I've been told that it's probably going to go into a runoff situation, which I guess is okay. I hope it doesn't go into a runoff situation. But if it does, ready for the process. And I make mention of that because I have a trip pending uh, this weekend. As soon as the election's over, again, we'll find out on Saturday night the results. On Sunday morning, I plan to separate a little bit from from here. I am going to Cancun for the weekend, and I'll be out till Wednesday. But if we are so, if I'm hoping that we can take this without a runoff, but if we are so blessed to be in a runoff, then I do plan to as soon as I come back, hit it hard. It would be the first time I've ever had the experience of being in a runoff, and I just think it would be interesting. With that said, I'm praying, guys, that we are able to jump the 50%, go a little bit higher, 50.01%. I'm hoping that that's it, 50.1%, 50.1%. I'm hoping. Novelty fly-by-night places don't last long here. Stick to Stripes or Whataburger. Forget the raunchy eat locally owned joints. Yeah, and Petit Jolie, really not sure. I haven't traveled, guys. Petit Jolie is owned by Robert and Marie, 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 by Mary, and I'm hoping that that they're very, very, very successful. You only go to the places that are hip. No, I go to any place actually. I do my best to try and spread myself to all the places. I love Doña Carmen's. Doña Carmen's is one of my favorite restaurants. Again, my issue is it's not on my route to get to the office, and I hate getting stuck in traffic. Traffic here in Brownsville right now is horrible. I hate getting stuck in traffic. I hate having to do spin wheels and waiting and in line. And our streets are just really, really very, very bad. They're not fit. I've literally had my vehicle, the Tesla. I've had the Tesla for a month now. I think it's been a month. No, over a month. I can't remember, but let's say 6 weeks. And in the time that I've had my vehicle, I've already had three nails in the tires, in the different tires. Three, and it's just a brand new car, and it's crazy. And those tires are so damn expensive. My tires, each tire, I think is valued like at 400 some bucks. You're talking about, every busted tire is it's a crap load of money. It's a car payment, really. A tire equates is equal to a car payment because I think it was 458 or something like that that they told me that the tire like one tire would cost. It's crazy. And my car payment is 525. At least that's what I think. I haven't made one. I think they took one payment out, so I think I'm ahead. I'm not sure. Good morning, Marie Hermosa. The system is rigged, and I'll be exposing the board of directors with their properties and how they're getting breaks and discounts that do not make sense. 100%. And Daniel is 100% correct. And it's important to hold these individuals' feet to the fire and go out there and show them where they are failing the community by uh, being uh, good to some and not good to all. And again, o todos Ramones o todos coludos, guys, we just want everyone to be treated equally and for everyone to get a fair shake in regards to not having these massive, incredible uh, spike increases in regards to the appraised value of property. And like I've stated before, part of the issue is that you'll get politicians to go out there and say, we're going to lower your taxes by 3% or 2% or some 1.5%. And a lot of individuals go like, you see, oh, great job. And I've seen it because I've seen the posts on social media comments. Oh, great job, city commission or county commission, or great job, mayor. Yes, wonderful job. No, they're doing. First of all, they're doing what they should have been doing for the longest time. What they need to control is to make sure, well, not control, but at least demand that the appraised values of our property don't go up to the rates that they've been going up, and that they be equitable along the line in regards to the other individuals who don't have to worry about it. And that was one of my spiels when we had the Democrat um, forum with two of my opponents. That was basically my take, guys. Those two opponents that I had to deal with at that forum, they don't worry about paying taxes. They're millionaires. Millionaires. They have all this money. They don't care about their increase. Uh, I care, and I'm hoping that you care, and I'm hoping that a great number of individuals in the community can. My mom's property doubled in value. It's crazy. It makes absolutely, absolutely no sense whatsoever. Will you correct the situation you just mentioned? Uh, yes, because one of the things that I hope to do is to demand answers in regards to why some properties, and we've shared them, why some properties, and again, it might be a little bit outside the scope of our job duties, job responsibilities. But because what we do, we hire and fire the chief appraiser, and we hire, I think, the attorney or something for. Again, I'm thinking, and we nominate the individuals that are going to be hearing your appeals. That's what we do. That's how we function, basically. Those are our job duties, job descriptions. But one of the things that I want to do is hold the individuals accountable in regards to why my taxes went up and why Juan's taxes didn't. Right? I have a new assistant. I cambio de asistentes como cambio de castines. No, actually, Rubin was with me for a couple of years, I think, and Gael had to go uh, do a learning thing. A learning thing. Had to go do a study abroad. Guy went to do study abroad, so he's educating himself, which is a good thing. It's always good to educate yourself. I have Lupita that's working with us too. Uh, it's going to be interesting. We have now I have too many assistants. Now uh, I'm hoping that I think one of the things that I shared was we opened a space next door. So I'm hoping that we can get that completely taken care of today, so that we could start generating more income, to where as we could justify not only uh, the going to Julie Petit, but also as the being able to get more individuals hired and maybe more jobs. I actually want to open an office in Matamoros also. And that's hopefully in the near future. It's just it's getting to the point where just need more space because I have a lot of clutter. But I'm hoping. And the business that we are opening next door is like a little venue for individuals to come and spend some time after their wedding or their quinceañera, and it's just a small little place. But I think it would seat a good 25, 30 people well. And after a ceremony, you could stay and rent the space, and have a couple of glasses of wine to celebrate, and maybe offer cakes and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. Like a little small mini event center. See what happens. El que el que no se arriesga, ¿cómo? There's a saying, el que no, there's a saying, if you don't take a chance, you're never going to succeed. So see what happens. Nah, really another trip. I haven't been traveling, guys. If you look back, this whole month of April, I went, I think maybe to Monterrey once, if that. I haven't traveled, and that's strange for me. But I wanted to get this next door venue situated, and also I got the Tesla, so I had to invest a good size of a down payment for it. So I wanted to limit myself in regards to it. Plus, I'm actually expecting a refund from them. I voted for you here in Port Isabel. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much, Marie. And if you know anyone out there that has not voted yet out there in Port Isabel, please send them out. I appreciate that. Highway 48 is hazard. It's a caliche and debris pit. Let me tell you, most of the streets here in Brownsville are are in that same scenario. All the way from Brownsville Country Club, all the way down to Southmost, streets are a mess. And with some of the construction that's going on, and a lot of the work that a lot of the streets, especially here on International, you're going to you're going to encounter a lot of the clavos and a lot of the metal debris all over the place. And again, I've had my car for 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I've already had to change to get clavos out of my tires three times. And I mean, it's not like I'm driving on a construction site. I mean, literally, I'm driving down the expressway and coming down into downtown. You know, except yesterday we went to the island. And let me tell you, To Clayton. Clayton's a friend of mine. Clayton needs to go out there and fix that damn road that goes into Clayton's. It's horrible. That posudo. I mean, Clayton's got bucks anyway, so he can afford it. New price song coming. This old house appraisal district theme song. And let me know as soon as it's up. Erasmo is going to lower the price value by 5% if you buy him lunch. I cannot, will not deny, and will not confirm. All the BS is coming out everywhere. Yeah, everywhere, and it's about time. It's about time that everything comes out onto the light. Porque los custodians start with the people at the palace. Yes, I think one of the things that we're making mention of. Huh? One of the things that we're making mention of is eliminating individuals and starting from the bottom instead of starting from the top. It's a big issue with BISD. I've been actually fighting this with BISD for a while because for the longest time BISD was top heavy, and they started to do some cuts, guys. I'll give them that much. It's not enough. They would rather cut the janitorial staff, the custodial staff on the bottom, food nutritional services individuals on the bottom, uh, teacher aides, counselors. They opt to cut from here and refuse to cut from up here, where the problem really is. You got individuals there at the Glass Palace that are actually making 125, $250,000 a year. It's crap loads of money for what they do. Is a lot, some of them is just a crap loads of money. So what they decide to do is eliminate 3 or 4 positions down here, custodial staff that make $15,000 a year. Makes no sense. You could get rid of one of the deputy superintendents, and automatically you're saving $275,000. $275,000. But you'd rather take the job away from 3 people who ultimately only take 45, $50,000 from the district. And I don't mean take, they earn it, but that receive money in the amounts of like $50,000, and really ruin 3 families' lives here in the city of Brownsville, when you could have easily removed both superintendents who don't even live here in Brownsville. They're not from here. And again, it's not going to hurt anyone here. And it's not to hurt anyone, but you would have saved at least $500,000. But you'd rather kill 3 people for $50,000. It makes no sense. So the math's just completely askew. It's crazy. ¿Cómo estás, perrito? Ahí también se te sube la praise value. Chema, he's fat. Pero es una hermosura. He's heavy too. ¿Por qué te enojas? ¿Eh? He's so big. Ya se enojó. El que se enoja pierde. The state has attempted to reduce property tax via the homestead exemption, but nothing for businesses. Until they regulate appraisals, we will continue to see the increase. Yeah, and I had a conversation with Philip Cowan this morning, and we spoke about that. And one of the things that I think having Philip on the appraisal board is going to be very beneficial to the people of Brownsville. Is that Philip is going to be one of those individuals that's going to go out there and want to. He's a lawyer, is going to want to challenge the state in regards to the state controller. I think he mentioned, and challenge them in regards to all this crazy stuff that's going on. I think that's a good start. One of the things that I've always mentioned is, like, every time I would go out there and bitch about the grass on the expressways, which they're getting better at now. Y'all are welcome. But I would bitch about the grass on the expressway. The commissioners would go out there and say, Erasmo, that doesn't belong to us. That belongs to the state. That belongs to the state. I said, yeah, but you're an elected official. You're the mayor of the city of Brownsville. You're a city commissioner. Get on the damn phone and called them saying, this is an elected official from this community and we're pissed. But nobody wanted to do anything. And I've shared how I had meetings I had meetings up in Austin with TechStot director where you did a made a presentation during one of Brownsville days up there, Brownsville at the Capitol, some crap that you que me pegosteé. I just went to go. I'm from Brownsville. I'm here too. Me valió. I didn't care. And so I went into the meeting, and we went out there and had a social. Then he goes, like, "Does anyone have any questions?" Y claro, pues yo, me. I said, "Hey, how come our grass isn't cut in Brownsville?" And everyone there was there. It was kind of trippy. It was like all the little nacos or all the little uh, sheep that are part of that leadership Brownsville crap. All of them out there were like, like how dare he question the TechStot director as to why our grass isn't cut? And the guy goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, our grass isn't cut. It looks like a jungle on down the expressway, and we travel to McAllen, and theirs is always cut. It's nice, and ours isn't. Why is that? Why can't you come and cut our grass?" And what he said was amazing. He goes, he said, "We were not aware that there was an issue." What do you mean you weren't aware? And the reason they were not aware that there was an issue was because no one had contacted them in regards to what was going on. No one. That's what your elected officials need to do. Be the ones that are on the phone out there calling TechStot, calling the state, hey, I'm an elected official in this area and we want something better. That's one of the reasons why, on several occasions, as a board member, traveled to Austin multiple times in order to fight for more monies coming to public education because those who that's who we were representing, and that's the type of individuals that we need. We need individuals that are going to be out there, be vocal about the needs of the community, and present those needs even up on the higher ups. Has to be. My taxes went 5 to 6 times. They did this to target us. They want to kick us out of my hood. I don't, and I can appreciate your comment. I think that's one of my biggest concerns in regards to the appraised values of our properties here skyrocketing to the point that they are. I sort of fear that that they want to literally uh, make it to where people can't afford to live here and move off into the Rio Hondos and all the other ranchos that are around. And I shouldn't call them a rancho; they vote for me too. But all the other little cities around us, uh, maybe that's the gist. Gentrification at supreme. So, yeah, it's a valid comment. Winners create opportunities. And 45,000 to five versus 500,000. Maybe they are confused. Of course they are. It's the new math. Well, it's the crazy math. Uh, Buenos días.
Dos horas de fila, 7:40.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Okay.
2 hours of one.
Oh, um, I did want to talk about the lawsuit that has been brought towards BISD. Uh, I have not had a chance to completely finish and reading it, but as it reads a lot of the things that we already knew about in regards to the situation with that child, the student uh, that was accused by administration of having material on his phone. The lawsuit does start out with individuals, and it makes a mention of his name, Mark Lucio, who was a staff member at Lopez High School, was a staff member at Veterans, and then a staff member at Lopez High School, to that just, who refused to shake the hand of the superintendent and refused to shake the hand of, I think, Daniela Lopez Valdez, if that's the part that I read, and was reprimanded for it. Actually, they had uh, the police chief, BISD police chief, go out there to issue the write up because it refused to shake the superintendent's hand. I don't know who the hell the superintendent thinks he is that merits a reprimand because someone just refuses to shake your hand. Don't have to shake your hand, compadre, or anybody else's hand. No one's. You could call it insubordination. You could go out there and say, "Hey, hurt my feelings." Feelings don't really much matter. And an entity as huge and as big as BISD. I have chemical gas tankers parked feet from my house, and it smells like Roundup and gas. Know any good lawyers? Yeah. Uh, I would contact Angela Nix. I would contact Ash George. Uh, I would contact Aaron Hernandez. Yeah, a whole lot of individuals out there. I'm getting messages that I need to get back to work. And I do have a couple people waiting for me, so I need to get out. What's PISD going to do now that Linda Gallegos named in two federal lawsuits and her family? One is definitely going to give her family time. Uh, Tell me why is making reference not only to this lawsuit, which is a constitutional issue. That's why it became a federal lawsuit. And I'm going to guess because of the size of the entity of BISD. Also, I'm going to think that the reason that it became a federal case was that they were trying to shy away from our local district attorney's office. That's just a supposition and a guess. I think because I think a lot of people here continue to think that se tapan con la misma cobija. So, and the other lawsuit that Tell Me Why is referring to is the lawsuit that was brought against Ruben Gallegos and Ruben Gallegos Jr. Ruben Sr., Ruben Jr. It's an interesting lawsuit, and we're waiting for it to play out. I really think a lot of individuals out there are going to turn on each other, which is going to be a fun case to watch. Guys, I got people waiting for me at the office. I read the Lucia lawsuit, and I'm disgusted at all that she and BISD did. Yeah, I have not finished reading it, but let me tell you, what I see in the lawsuit right now is exactly the same thing that we had to deal with at a certain time. You cannot believe the attorneys out there, the attorney system at BISD. The attorney that was the board attorney in our time presented evidence to us that was supposedly very damning in regards to Tucker and to Dr. Sendejas. And let me tell you, uh, we were wrong not to uh, investigate more in regards to the allegations that were presented to us and the proof that was against us because it's made up. And that's what happens. They make up stuff in order to protect themselves. And it's unfortunate. But I'm still here. Guys, we'll be in Cancun on Sunday. Probably do a show from Cancun Monday and Tuesday. Not sure. But we'll be back here at our office on Wednesday. Guys, have a great day, great weekend. Be good to each other. Continue to be to me. God bless.